Welcome to video number 3, Foundations for Adding Integers. So we're going to start off by defining algorithm. It's a plan or series of steps for doing a computation. But we can apply this to kind of everyday things too. Example, how do you make a PB&J sandwich? Well, let's think about it. First, you got to put the jelly on the bread and the peanut butter on the bread, and then you've got to put the bread together. There's a series of steps that you do, and that's your algorithm for making your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And we can apply this to math, and we will be doing that in our lesson. We also need to know about commutative property of addition. It's the order of the addend. The order of the addition, thank you, of two numbers does not change the results. So all that means is that I can say 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 3 plus 2 equals 5. It doesn't matter which order I do the addition, it's still going to give me the same answer. Think of commuting back and forth. Commutative, the word commute. Your parents commute to and from work. You commute to and from school. You're changing your location, but everything else still stays the same. We can also represent this with algebraic, which means letters. A plus B, so any number A plus any number B equals C. If we change it, we take that number B plus the number A, it's still going to give us C. Doesn't matter the order, we get the same results. One more property that we need to work on today, associative property of addition. This allows you to change the grouping of the addends. So, I can pair 2 plus 3 and then add 5 and I'll get 10. But I can also pair up 3 plus 5 and then add 2, and I'm also going to get 10. Again, we can represent this algebraically. A plus B plus C equals D. A plus the group B plus C also equals D. So let's say you have your friends at school, but maybe you do something outside of school with different people. You're associating with different groups, but you still have the same friends. Absolute value. Now, this really isn't that tricky. Don't make it tricky, okay? All it is the distance from 0 on a number line, okay? These bars, notice they're not parentheses and they're not brackets. They are straight up and down lines. That is how we represent absolute value. So this is read absolute value of -2, and the distance is 2. This is the absolute value of 2, and it equals 2 also. And if we look at this, here's -2, right? I am 2 places away from 0. Here's +2, 1, 2. I'm also 2 places away from 0. Notice that both of these numbers have the same distance from 0. It's not that it's the opposite, it's the distance from 0. So we have something that we need to review from last year. Adding fractions. Remember, this is very important. Find a common denominator, all right? So if I say 2 1/3 plus 1 5/12, these are not common denominators, but 3 times 4 gives me 12. And if I multiply the bottom by 4, I have to multiply the numerator by 4 also. Then we add our whole numbers. 2 plus 1 is 3, Then we add our numerators. 4 plus 5 is 9. And we keep the denominator. Okay, don't add the denominators, keep the denominator. So we get 3 and 9/12. Remember, we always simplify and get 3 and 3/4.